Nutnfancy here with a Kel-Tec P3AT 380 semi-automatic pistol. I have this on loan from a good user who wants me to go ahead and do a review on it, and so I shall. This is a brand new pistol, by the way, and it has not been fired. And as such, we're not going to go for accuracy tests right off. What we're going to do is break this gun in a little bit, maybe going through a couple boxes of ammo. That way it'll become more reliable. Even the owner's manual says that it's going to need about 100 rounds for this gun to become reliable. And that, in my experience with Kel-Tec, that's pretty much true. So let's go ahead. This gun has never been fired. Let's see how reliable it is out of the box. And don't condemn it if it does hiccup, because like the manufacturer says, the parts have to mate before it becomes absolutely reliable. Let me come here so the sun's a little bit better. You can see my fat face better that way. All right, rock and roll. Again, we're just going for function firing, not really going for accuracy here. Can you see it? Wow, it's pretty amazing. No jams at all on the first mag. I wish it had a magazine, a slide lock. In other words, that it would lock last round in the rearward position. It does not. It's lost around there. Pretty good. I'm going to go through some more rounds, break this sucker in, then we're going to see how accurate it is. Close range, we're not going to shoot this more than 7 yards. This is a close-in weapon. Also, I'll have a tabletop review of this gun. Look for it. Nutnfancy evaluating the P3AT in field conditions. There's a target we'll be shooting. I'll be shooting at around 7 yards. Not much more. Let me see if I can get this right. Alright, rock and roll time. Now I haven't really put even a box of ammo through this because it's shooting so well and it really isn't jamming at all. Therefore, I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. Now, it's really hard. It's going to be hard to shoot this gun accurately at distance. The sights, like I'll mention in my tabletop review of the Kel-Tec P3AT 380 pistol, the sights suck. I have an idea of how to improve them. I don't know if it'll work. I'll make an addendum video if it does. But it's basically a point and shoot gun. Let's see how it works. This is accuracy shooting at about 7 yards with the Kel-Tec P3AT. Wish me luck. Double action only trigger, by the way, so that takes a little bit of extra training and trigger control to stay on target, especially with a small pistol. A small pistol, just by virtue of its size, is just pretty darn hard to shoot. I want to go for that center square to begin with. What do you know? There's a jam. Again, we can't condemn the gun for that. This is still in its break-in period. Let's see if we get any more. Oh, that's my fault. I didn't put the magazine in all the way. Wow. That gun is accurate, dudes. Let's go check the target. See what it looks like. And then I'll talk about how I stage a Kel-Tec trigger for accuracy. Kel-Tec 380 pistol. And this is me. This is my fault, but that's what the gun's capable of. Basically one hole accuracy at 7 yards. That's pretty amazing for a double action only subcompact 380 pistol. That's amazing, guys. That gun rocks. Now again, you saw a jam there, and I don't edit that out. I'm just going to show it to you. Don't condemn the gun though. I mean, it's in its break-in period. We haven't even gone through a box of ammo. So in my experience, the Kel-Tecs, all these little pistols, sorry the wind's kicking up here, but that's just the way it is. The Kel-Tecs, they required a break-in period. Once you get through a box, maybe 3 boxes of ammo, they straighten up and fly right. So let's keep shooting this gun, see how it works. I'm just going to reload it and keep rolling, dudes. Hopefully I'm in frame here and you can see everything. I'm going to go for that upper left square this time. Kel-Tec P3AT. I'm really going to try to do my part this time so I can demonstrate what the gun's capable of. Oh, I was going to tell you about staging the Kel-Tec trigger. What you want to do is pull it about halfway, and then before it releases, go slow. That's called staging a double action trigger. That takes some practice. I have some trigger time on Kel-Tec, so I've kind of practiced with it. Trigger control is breath control. Also mental. You got to be a warrior, man, right here. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? That's it. Let's go look at that group. Not quite as impressive as the first. And it's probably because of my whack job eyeballs too. Not too bad though. And that's from standing. I can do better. Let's try it. We'll go for the lower left square out with this Kel-Tec now. Alright, I'm going to go keep shooting. We'll go for the high right and then we'll go check the groups. This gun is shooting to the right for me. It might be my eyes. Don't know why. I'm going to try to compensate and see if I can move the rounds on target. These sights really suck though, I got to tell you. They're very, very low visibility sights, so it's really hard working around them. So you'd see if you're shooting it. Plus I got that wind right in my face. Like all those excuses? And I'm out. Sure enough. Let's go look at the results. Before we do that, though, let me tell you a caveat and a warning about the Kel-Tec pistol that I just noticed. While I'm shooting it, I accidentally hit this magazine release twice, and that magazine dropped during the course of fire. So be advised that that magazine can accidentally drop on you, and that's a training issue. I'm going to have to practice with my hand higher up, not down here, but up here. Okay, and you can practice that dry firing too. Let's go look how we did. I can tell you the gun's accurate, and other than that one bobble that you saw, it's pretty darn reliable too. Why did I put the lanyard on my camera? I don't need it. So, in the desert with the wind blowing, standing, I'm pretty happy with that. And again, it's still shooting to the right for me, but that's a pretty darn good grouping. And I'm just saying that for evaluation purposes from a pocket pistol. Very good. Here's my other one. That one's a little bit bigger. Probably on the order of 2 inches. And there's my other one. So as I got used to the trigger and how the gun fired, my groups tightened up a little bit. Still to the right. And it might be because of that ammo. And it might be just because of the gun. I'm not sure. But that's the Kel-Tec P3AT. I think it's an excellent choice for concealed carry. Also, if you're a police officer, maybe an ankle gun, I highly recommend it. And as you can see, we had that one bobble, but that's just, you know, that's the break-in period. These guns are pretty darn reliable once they're broken in, and I highly recommend them. Super lightweight. Look for my tabletop review on it, but that's shooting the Kel-Tec P3AT. I like it. I want one. Nothing fancy in the tactical arena of the desert.